stadiums offer so much more than a cozy seat to sit in and watch a show. A lot of times, the stadium is the show. Check out the 10 coolest, most impressive stadiums on Earth. Since 2005, Munich's Allianz Arena has been entertaining countless German soccer fans. It's also entertained fans of pretty colors that keep changing. Even before entering the 75,000-seat stadium, Allianz Arena already entrances you with a unique glow-in-the-dark color scheme. Every inch of this tire-shaped arena shines brightly in an ocean of LED lights. Every 30 seconds, you're greeted with a new color that runs the Star Wars gamut. Sometimes you get Jedi Blue, other times Sith Lord Red, and still other times you get Samuel L. Jackson Purple. The inside of the arena delivers on the crowd-pleasing promise of the initial light show. With 28 kiosks and 2 full-size restaurants, the only way you'd ever go hungry at an Allianz event is if you chose to go hungry. There's a kids club, mega store, changing rooms, and offices galore. When watching the football match from afar, you can glance at one of over 750 screens to get a clear idea of what tiny blur of a human is kicking the ball to another tiny blur of a human. Or you can just stand outside and watch the pretty light show. It may not be soccer, but it is free. If your idea of a good time is watching the game while relaxing by the water, the float at Marina Bay is for you. The field is literally built on the water, like a sports-filled peninsula. On the land, you'll find a 30,000-seat set of bleachers, perfect for watching the athletes go. And you wouldn't be watching some small potatoes event either. At roughly the size of a traditional football pitch, the float is the world's largest floating stage. The float was created in 2007, meant to be a temporary stadium until a more permanent and more traditional one could be built. However, that never happened, and the float took on a life of its own as a wonderful place to see a show. You just won't often see a soccer match there, because good luck getting soccer fans to agree that only 30,000 of them can see any given match. Instead, concerts and ceremonies galore have called the float home, including 2007's National Day Parade, the Summer Youth Olympics in 2010, and concerts by such K-pop stars as Girls' Generation. At any given time, the float could be rendered extinct by the completion of a nearby full-size stadium. Until then, sit back and enjoy the water. 2010 saw the first ever FIFA World Cup to be held in Africa. As such, the sport needed a grand arena to host the finals. Enter FNB Stadium, originally known as Soccer Stadium since its opening in 1989. Renovations and reconstruction turned the decades-old stadium into a modern marvel. People began to call it the calabash, or African pot, and as you can see, it does look very much like a giant African clay pot. More to the point, it became the kind of stadium perfect for hosting such a historic event. With nearly 95,000 seats, it is the single largest stadium in all of Africa. Even before its renovation, it could hold nearly 80,000 people. The biggest simply got bigger. And the shows and events FNB Stadium hosts can attest to that. Beyond the 2010 World Cup, FNB hosts a number of important soccer matches, both local and international. It's also hosted a national memorial service for Nelson Mandela after his 2013 death, as well as concerts by international megastars like U2, Justin Bieber, and Lady Gaga. In short, if people pay to see you at FNB Stadium, you're more than a somebody. You're the somebody. Unofficial stadium nicknames sure are fun. One of the most fun is Beijing National Stadium, which almost everyone calls the Bird's Nest Stadium. It's not hard to see why. It looks almost exactly like a giant bird's nest, albeit one made out of steel instead of straw and twigs. It took 42,000 tons of steel to assemble Bird's Nest, making it the world's single largest steel structure as of its 2008 opening. This complete reliance on steel offers the potential for this stadium to safely last well over 100 years in its pristine form. And since it can seat up to 91,000 people, we had all better hope it stays safe and secure for every day of its century-long life. Complicating the goal of a 100-year-old stadium is how the area surrounding it can be less than friendly on a good day. With earthquakes a regular concern, Beijing's government demanded that the stadium be built from steel to withstand them all. However, the weather outside is frightful, dipping as low as negative 20 degrees Celsius in the winter to negative 30 degrees Celsius in the summer. Such temperature extremes can cause steel to expand and contract, which isn't ideal when the goal is to keep 90,000 fans safe at all times. The solution? The construction team actually developed a new kind of steel called Q35. Its low sulfur and low phosphorus content can withstand both earthquakes and fluctuating temperatures, making Bird's Nest Stadium a revolutionary building indeed. Mother Nature clearly stands no chance against the tag team of soccer fanatics and engineering geniuses. Do you love both football and Skyrim? Then Taiwan's Kaohsiung Stadium is for you. Rather than design a traditional closed, rounded stadium, the architects behind Kaohsiung opted for perhaps the most unique design in stadium history. The walls surround 3 sides of the stadium field, like a horseshoe, but rather than close it in, the wall then juts out.